Hi Julie, what's here? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to have another look at the brand new Sentimentally Yours Pan of Perfection collection, and this is going to be a very straightforward, simple card using them just very simply. And the one we're going to use is the Lavish Panels, which as you can see is an octagon shape. And you will find it over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk too. As I said, it's a octagon shape. You've got 3 panels in here. You've got your central panel, and then you've got 2 side panels, and the inner design is different on each of them to coordinate. So you've got the oval there and the sort of almost like fern leaves cut out here, and then here you've got the more of the swirly bits that you get on this side. So they do coordinate, but they are different. And so the idea is that if you cut this panel here, you will get, and ignore the fact that there's sticky on this, you will get sorry, this cuts into the card. If to cut it out of the card like I've done, then you'll need to cut both of these together, obviously face down, and then that gets a little narrow border, and it has got like cut off edges to it, which is quite a nice finish to that. And then you've got 2 mats and layers, or what you can do is actually cut yourself a bigger border out if you use that. Or again, if you want to, you can cut an even bigger border out and cut it out like that. Obviously you can use them as mats and layers as well, so you've got lots and lots of versatility with these. You can, like I say, you can cut into the card and cut a frame around it. You can cut out of the card and stack it up with your mats and layers. You can just use the central panel on its own. These, you can use them to actually, if you obviously cut these twice, you can actually make yourself a frame. Hopefully you get that, or a very large corner, obviously. But yeah, lots and lots of versatility. I really like the Octagon, but we're going to start off very simple with this and just use it as is. Okay, so we are going to make an octagon shaped card for our octagon to go in. So we get our blank ready, and I have used the debossed double debossed octagons here. They're not available anymore, but you can use any octagon dies. I do have some rather nice ones from Jamie Rogers if I've got any left in stock. There's 5 different edges on those, so do check those out on my website. So what I've done is I've cut the largest of the double debossed octagons out of this is French champagne card, and I've scored it 1 centimetre in on one of them. So you've got 2 die cuts, and I've scored 1 centimetre in on the back one. Then we're going to stick these together, make sure they're lined up properly, and we're just going to put those to one side. I'm not doing any folding yet because I want that glue to actually stick nicely. So we're going to pop that underneath my MDF sheet. Let's move that one out in a minute because that's for another card I'm in the process of making. And then I've got the next size die cut out of the Rose Petal Lustre card, and then the next size die cut out of the French Champagne, again with bits all over it. And you can see I've gutted that because I don't have much of that colour left. So we will just add a little bit of glue along that centre bit there, and we'll add glue around the edges of this. And for once, hopefully, I won't have glue where I don't need it. On there for a sec. Lots and lots of potential for doing paper piecing, as I did in the demo that I shared with you yesterday. Again with this. In fact, with all of them you can do that. It's knowing when to stop and to do different things, really. So that's all glued, and I'm going to pop that underneath my mat as well, so that's all ready for later. Then we're going to look at our layers. Now, you've already seen this one cut out of the French Champagne. So this is these two dies cut together. So it's the smallest layer, and I have used Elizabeth Craft Designs double-sided adhesive because I quite like to. I've kept some of the bigger pieces just in case I want to actually paper piece in at some point, but yes, the rest of it I've just pulled out. I haven't bothered with this one. So that's those two. Then the next size die I've cut out using the rose petal, and again it's got this cut off corner in it, so that's that next one. And then the pierced layer I've cut out of silver mirror card. So those are the 3 layers, and I've done the same with one of the side panels as well. I'm using this one and this particular one. There is another demo where I've used this one, which will come on my YouTube channel soon. Can't put them all on at once. Right, so let's get this stuck down here. Once again, this is the rose petal lustre card, and you will find a full list of what I've used in the description of this video. I do love the piercing, and I do really like the cut off edge. Now you could use this panel as is, so just use it and then on a card, and then, you know, perhaps have a sentiment and some flower cluster. You could actually use 3 of these as a triptych if you wanted to. There's so much potential with this collection. It's absolutely amazing, and I've not seen panel dies done like this ever. So with this, we've got the double-sided adhesive on the back, so we'll just peel a bit off and look to see where we're at. That's Alexa going off for some reason. And we're going to pop that just there like that, because I think that's evenish. Pull the rest off, and that should be nice and straight. Beautiful, very elegant indeed. I think it's straight. I don't know nowadays. Then we've got our side panels, and I've got 2 identical panels like this. So we've got the largest one, again cut out of the silver mirror. Then we've got the next size one cut out of the rose petal. And then these 2 smallest one, no, not those 2, fibbing, these 2, because it's this side. Obviously that's the same on both sides, but we've got these 2 cut out of the French Champagne, which is on the double-sided adhesive again. And I've done this twice, so we've got 2 identical panels that I've cut this way. So obviously you can cut all the side panels you need out at the same time. The only thing you can't do at the same time is cut this out, because you need to have that inner die twice. I'm going to do this slightly different this time. I think I'm going to put this on here first before I glue it on there, because it's mirror card. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to take it all off with this here. And we are going to hopefully do it by eye and do it decently. That looks all right to me. And then this will go on here. Do be careful with your mirror because it takes a while to dry on there, and so it might move. Okay. It does give you a chance to move it around though, which is it's like swings and roundabouts really. You gain one way and you lose out another way. Okay, so that's that. Let me do the other one. It's a bit of a faff to pick all the bits out of when it's the self-adhesive on there, but it's a lot easier to stick it down again. I'm not going to stress too much if it's not 100% perfect. It'll be very elegant anyway. And I do quite like the French champagne with the rose petal, just for something different, rather than using white. Does that look alright? It does, I think. Yep. Right, so there's our 3 panels. Beautiful. Oh, you can't see, can you? Sorry. Doesn't that look fabulous? Right. Okie dokie. Let's move those out the way for a minute. And we'll grab our card blank. Put that together. So our fold is here. So we can, I would normally wait for it to dry a bit more, but you can see that that's going to fold and that's going to make you an Octagon card blank, which is fab. And then we're going to pop this on here and we're going to raise this up with some foam tape. So we're going to use 2mm foam tape on the back of here. So bear with while I go around the corner. I'll try not to throw my scissors down like I normally do. I do like Octagon shapes cards because they go into an 8x8 envelope or an 8x8 box, but it just gives you something, a different shape, and I think it's very elegant. And together with your panels as well. I can't remember what this one's called. It is an Octagon Lavish Petals. That's what this one's called. Just look at the shape, see which shape you like the best, and go for that one. And I think we'll put one across the middle there like that, and one across the middle there like that. There we go. Okie dokie. And the backs. It'd be good if we could have magic backs and you just kind of, I don't know, tap the table and all the backs jumped off. That would be so weird. Right, last but one. Right, and we will add a little bit of prick just in case I don't get it down right. I want to put the top on my globe. What did I put a bit of prick? There it is. That one, can't remember. I think so. Right. Now where's my fold? My fold is on the left. Right. Oh, I'll get this on in the middle. I did debate as to whether to put a silver layer in here, but couldn't quite fit it on with getting these in as well. So these are going to go in the centre. Just double check as well. Yeah, these are going to go. This one's going to go in the centre, and then we've got these these here. I'm going to just glue them so that it doesn't make my card too heavy, because I don't want it to topple over. But you can see that's going to fit in there beautifully, isn't it? Okay, I think that looks very good. Right, so we'd glue the middle one first. It does have a little bit of height because it is 3 layers of card. I'm sure Phil will put loads of tape on his, but this is what I'm doing. And I'm going to use my tweezers to help me. No, I'm not, they're going to get in the way. Just want to see that I'm not too high up, or low down rather. I think that looks pretty good, don't you? I'll go with that. And then we get the side panels on. See, once you've done all your die cutting, these are actually very quick. And as I said in the demo that I shared yesterday, the difficult thing is actually covering things up, because you actually want to see these beautiful panels. You don't actually want to cover them up. So I want to do it so that we've got our octagon flowing nicely. So I think that's good. Apologies if I hit the camera, because I always hit the camera. Put this one on. Stick. I think that looks pretty good to me. So like I say, if you wanted to, you could do a little bit of paper piecing in there as well. But we're just going to have it like that as intended. Not going to do anything complicated. Using the Regency cracker, I've cut one of these banners out. I do like these because they're not going to cover much of my work up. I am going to cut that down just a wee bit. It looks a bit long to me. And the sentiment has been stamped using Morning Mist Versafine Clair, which is here. And I've used, once again, I've used the Floral Curios Sweetheart Sentiments, which you may or may not find at Honeypot Crafts if there's any left. But apologies, but it just fits nicely. So we're going to have With Love on here. And do I want to raise this one up? I think I might. Yes, we're going to raise this one up with a little bit of foam tape. It should be the right width, because Phil does everything so you can use your foam tape. Okie dokie. Needs to be over a bit. That's a bit better. Don't want to see underneath. And we are going to stick it about here. There we go. And then we've got just a few little flowers and a few little leaves. I'm not done very big ones because, again, I don't want to cover it up. So the flowers, I've used the Enchanting petals and the Lovely petals. So the Enchanting one is the one with lots and lots of piercing and a few cutouts, and then the Lovely is the one just with the cutouts on the edges. And I've cut these out of the Rose Petal Lustre card, and I've just added a silver star pearl in the centre. No stamens on this. We're not using any twiddly bits either. And the leaves are cut using the French Champagne Lustre card, and I've used the Majestic Fronds for this one. I do have these in stock on my website. So we're going to have just one there like that. And I think we'll put that one on there first. And then we'll chuck the leaves behind it. Then we'll add the little ones in. Yep. So I've only used this, I'm using the 3s and the 1s, the 3 frond, or yeah, 3 frond leaf and the 1 frond leaf. Just not going to cover up very much of my design, I don't want to. And we get these little tiny flowers. I've used the 3 petal flowers for these. Oh, that's very dinky. And we just add move the leaf up a little bit. How's this leaf doing? Move that a bit. Under there, come on, under there, that's it. That's where I want you. Fabulous. And then we just tuck the 1 leaf behind, and then we'll be done. Very, very simple but very elegant card, using the new, I think it's called Lavish Panels, I think that's what I said. I'll check in a minute for you. You can see from the shape that it's the Octagon one anyway. If you'd have called it like Lavish Octagons or something like that, I'd have known which one it was. But he hasn't. He does these things to try us. Yeah, Lavish Panels, that's what we've used. And that's it. That's all there is to this one. Very, very simple card. Very elegant, I think. You could have bigger flowers on there, but you know, I want to see those panels. Okay, so, and I said it will stand up because it's a card blank. So there we are. There's our card. As I said, all the details of what I've used is in the description of this video. Let me move it so it's there. There we go. And you will find the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk too. Do like and subscribe here on my YouTube channel if you've not already. Lots and lots of videos on there and lots more to come. And do watch out for lots more panel perfection videos coming up. Thank you for watching.